What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin. Welcome to Dundrol's podcast. I'm reviewing another fantasy anime. This time, I'm reviewing the 1992 54-minute fantasy adventure OVA, The Weathering Continent, which is based off a light novel series. Right? It's this anime OVA is directed by Koichi Mashimo, who was the founder of B Train, the same people who made the Dot Hack animes, or at least they did Dot Hack Sign. I don't know if they did Roots, and they did a lot of the illustrations for the. If you ever bought Gundam model kits, a lot of the illustrations on the boxes B-Train the artwork. So I watched the English dub for this film, and right away it's like you can tell it's a lot of them are like for kids voice actors, right? You have Marc Diraison voices Boyce, who played Guts in Berserk. You have Dan Green as Gaten Rikuma, Jamie McGonnigal as TA, Veronica Taylor as Yakshi, and you have Wayne Grayson as one of the henchmen, right? So this movie opens up with paragraphs of Japanese text, which the people who dubbed this fucking movie did not think, oh, let's translate this. The lazy assholes. They didn't even put like subtitles or anything, right? So there's the movie opens up with paragraphs of backstory or whatever for the movie, and they didn't feel, the people who did this didn't feel like translating at all. So from what I could tell, what the movie is about is it takes place in like some desert fantasy world, right? Where desert fantasy world, which is pretty cool. We don't really see a lot of desert anime, like anime or manga, except for maybe Maji, right? Which that manga sucks in my opinion. I kept reading it, hoping it would get good. Oh my god, right? And yeah, it's about like three adventurers, a warrior who looks kind of like Guts, but with like long hair and both his arms. A priest and a young woman who kind of dresses like a man, called Yakshi, which it's not entirely clear what her backstory is, other than she started adventuring, kind of gave up her womanhood so she could adventure, right? Which you've seen like in other anime films, right? There's this one famous ninja anime film about like a female warrior that hunts demons. I forget the name of that movie, but like yeah, that was another main character where like you had a female warrior who LARPed as a man to fulfill some kind of duty, right? So we're assuming it's something like that going on here. And if people who don't know, Veronica Taylor voiced Ash Ketchum in the original Pokemon. For people who don't know, and she was eventually replaced, unfortunately. Yeah, so our heroes stumble upon ruins where they see corpses of people that were like tortured to death, like kind of crucified, right? and they stumble upon a survivor who attacks him, which is like a starving kid who was grievously wounded, who thought they were the bandits that came back to finish them off, right? And it turns out it was a boy, but you couldn't tell because, he was like, she was all skeleton-like. She was starving, right? Tells them their story, how they were a group of people from a starving village that had a treasure map and were on their way to collect said treasure so they could sell it off to feed their people, right? When they were attacked by bandits, right? Bandits, and Yakshi, feeling sorry for the dying girl, gives her the last of their water, right? So they're traveling at night, and our TA, the priest, thinks he hears like people partying and the sound of water, and they stumble upon this city, city this city that's called what was it called? I can't remember, but it's this tomb where people from this rich city decided to basically dress their corpses up in their finest clothes and like masks, and arrange them in like they're still alive, right? And this is like a city that's famous for having riches and stuff, right? And riches. So it's like it's like a tomb where it's supposed to reflect what the lives of the people who are like residing there lives, right? So they go in searching of this city for some water, and they have to be careful not to touch anything or disturb the bodies, because the place is protected by a curse, right? What ends up happening is some of the bandits that attacked the people from the beginning of the movie are around, and they see Yakshi, and they go and chase our main characters, but they can't fight back because it would anger the spirits, right? What ends up happening is the bandits go and collect their leader, and their leader chases our heroes and disturbs the spirits, and the spirits go crazy, kill all the bandits, and we're about to kill our heroes, but the spirit of the dying girl comes and save them, right? And then the movie ends with our characters finding some water and go onward onto their journey, right? So what did I think about the movie? What's going on my likes and dislikes? The music was great. The visuals for this OVA was fantastic. From everything from the art design to how the characters looked. The voice acting was pretty good, except for some of the grunts. Overall, everything about the movie was great. My problem with the movie is, one, like I said in the beginning of the review, the stupid fucking dubbing studio didn't feel the need to translate the opening text of the fucking movie. That annoyed the shit out of me. And it just sucks that this movie was supposed to be like basically like a commercial for said light novel series, which we never got. So it's like it kind of sucks, because this movie is like a sneak peek to like a series, right, which we'll never get to read. So that kind of sucks, because I looked and there's no, according to Google, there's no fucking there's no fucking manga, right? And there's no other anime. It's just a light novel series, which fucking I would have loved to watch, watch or read a manga of this series, right? Because unfortunately there aren't um, there there aren't like scanlation sites for like light novel books, as far as I know. Maybe if you guys know. Just kidding. But yeah, it just sucks that we're getting like a sneak peek into a story, and like we never get to see the beginning of or the end of. But all as a standalone fantasy film, I liked it. It was very beautiful, sad but beautiful, and it was like kind of cool to see, a fantasy story that, despite the fact that you have like a band of adventurers, it's not just like a hack and slash. There's a great evil we have to destroy. It was just like a day in the life of these characters, right? And that was and it was kind of like a sad story. But overall, I did like this movie, and I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10. But like, holy fuck, the dub. The dub itself was good. Just the fact it was the how the localization and whatever is where they fucked up. But yeah, I would totally recommend this movie, and that's it for this review, guys. Peace.